deep down, dirty, dirty.
On that note, listen up, you beautiful bastards. I'm Insipid, and this is Trove. What's that? Music playing. What a great deal of fun that's going to be. We're going to give this another shot. We are now partnering with Deep Down Dirty record label in terms of just adding a bit of spice to some of what we're doing here for the channels, and I hope that y'all love the, could you please, love the hickety heck out of it. It's a new thing. Let me know what you think. Down there, comment section is what it's for. But what are we even talking about today? Because clearly, I'm in a location to do some fishing. Ah, yes. But that means I'm probably talking to you about something, right? Sounds about right to me. Today, I wanted the topic to be about darkness. And I know that's rather cryptic. I'll bring it around. There is in each and all of us a certain darkness that we harbor, we grapple with, we contend with. And it can take many shapes and forms. It can be cynicism, it can be anger, it can be sadness. But we all have this darkness that we must handle somehow. It can be a matter of trying to handle it through attentive counterplay. It can be a matter of meditation. It can be a matter of just sheer grit and will. And clearly, there are situations where people don't cope with it. They don't handle it. They don't resist it, and they give into it. And I hope that that's not seen as a judgment. There are any number of places and times in life where we are not strong. We are not what we could be, what we want to be. And we're just doing our damnedest, doing our best. And sometimes your best isn't what it could be. And that's not something to be ashamed of, that's something to be human about. I know that some view it as a matter of weakness, to be broken. And anytime you hear about that one actor, that one celebrity who was an asshole to somebody, but you don't understand they're kind of living a life fully exposed 24/7. I mean, how do you have to find that way of coping with your reality, and not everyone's up for that. And so today I wanted to talk to you guys just briefly about the nature of that darkness. I like how Jonan Vasquez talked about it. He's the artist, one of the creators of Invader Zim, but he, before that, did a comic book called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Squee, both of which I've read a million times, and I love them to pieces. And I hope that you guys, if you guys are fans of such things, check them on out. There was an extent of it that was merely a matter of entertainment, clearly. But at the same time, I must emphasize that I got a whole lot out of reading them. There was a catharsis to it for seeing the darkness in this other character. Would I ever act or think as Johnny in that series? No, clearly not. But to see it wrought and into reality, there is something very honest about it. What I was saying before was how Vasquez talked about it. In his foreword, he talks about that darkness, where it resides in all of us, and we must accept that it's there. We don't have to do anything necessarily. I'm not asking you to change your lives on account of this darkness that you already knew was present. What I'm trying to say is that we all process it differently. For me, it's a matter of simple practice. I have taken into consideration in my life that certain styles of thinking and certain styles of behavior are more productive. They're more successful for me. Other individuals, I'm sure there's people out there who have gotten by quite nicely, just letting that whatever darkness they have come to the front. There are some angry people out there, and they have jobs and families and children to beat. I'm sorry, that was not actually a very funny joke. I'm taking that one back. That joke, it's gone. Never happened. But what I am trying to say is that when you see a person experiencing their darkness, sympathize. Be patient with them, because they may not want to be there right now. They may not want to be exhibiting that part of them. For me, my darkness is a great source of shame. For me, my darkness is something that had control of me for years, and it was a destructive force. It did not push me forward to success. It did not give me drive, ambition, or a love of people. And so I can totally sympathize when someone else is experiencing their darkness and say, I'm sorry, I just don't give a fuck about anything going on right now. I'm here to be a warm body and get to tomorrow. And to that person I say, okay, get there. I hope that tomorrow brings something brighter and more awesome to you. And I've mentioned some of the flavors of darkness that can happen to a person. Anger, despair, grief. For me, let's go make this nice and personal, huh? This is talk about me specifically. For me, it's fear. I am a very fearful person. I'm deeply anxious about life, where I'm going, where I've been. I have active flashbacks to many events in my life where I have erred in some fashion, or where I have failed, or I have come up short of what I expected of myself. And being able to recognize those events, being able to recognize that darkness in me, it is the only way that I have been able to overcome it. It is very, very easy to allow fear to consume me. It is very easy for me to allow fear to become different kinds of darkness. I have had moments where, in a moment of fear, fear of loss, fear of failure, I have had it transform into this sense of anger and resentment and entitlement, and that it was a compelling sensation that I needed to vindicate myself against this darkness, and the desire was to lash out at those around me, to wound others figuratively, but not literally, and I on reflection I look at that, and that is the least of me. That is lesser than what I think Insipid is capable of. And so I want you all to understand that going through life, there are times where you will not be your best. You will not be everything you believe yourself capable of. And being honest with yourself is incredibly powerful. As ever, I'm not going to tell you guys how to live your lives. But I am here because I think that I might have a little bit of wisdom. And I'm here because I want to help. And that's... I'm going to go and just toss this out there. That's my anti-darkness. That's one of my anti-darknesses right there. Just the fact that I want to help. I desire to be of aid and service. And so me getting to sit here and talk with you guys and have this dialogue, that is part of me being able to overcome my fear, my darkness. And I know that it can be very tempestuous for some to look at their darkness and recognize it for what it is, because they think of it as weakness. They think of it as their inner demons. And I hope that you can also see it as one, humanity. Everyone, even if you don't see their darkness, they have it. They have it tucked away inside them. And they may not grapple with it the same way you grapple with yours, but it's there. And we are all fighting for our lives. So when I say that I'm... Excuse you? Bloof? Yeah, there you go. But maybe? Yeah, alright. If I can help you with yours, awesome. Even if it's just the matter of this conversation happening, cool. Sadness is another strong one. Especially when that sadness feels or looks like it's never going to go away. You're looking at how you are feeling in that darkness right now, and you're going, well, this is forever. This is every day for the rest of my life. Into eternity. It's this deep well of woe, and there's nothing I can do about it. And when I imagine someone contemplating suicide, that's what I hear. That's what I see. And I can only describe it because I've been there. And again, I hope I can help you guys with that, just because it's not forever. It really isn't. And I am pained in asking you to be patient. It's a hard fight, and I would never ask anyone to come into that fight and fight it. But if you're in the thick of it, the phrase goes, if you're going through hell, keep going. That's you gotta keep marching to get yourself out. For me, oh man, to truly get on top of it, I had to go through a couple breakups. I had to understand myself better. I had to get past age 25. And I hate ever making it about age. But I'm going to apologize for that, but I'm going to explain why. Why 25? 25 is where we have our prefrontal cortex fully developed as a human. The music stopped. Did you notice that? I noticed that right now. That's unfortunate. I should make that a playlist next time. Good start. And that the prefrontal cortex is instrumental in inhibition control and, mood and emotion processing. And so being able to just have those faculties on board, online and running is incredibly powerful for being able to handle the sum of that darkness, because it's so convoluted, it's so heavy, and you need everything on your side that you can get your hands on for that fight. And so if you're suffering right now and you're trying to fight your darkness, I know many of you are a bit younger than me, and I beg you, please get to 25. Be patient. Let your body finish developing. You wonder why the news always has teenagers getting into trouble? Yeah, it's because A, we don't have the full processing there yet, and B, we're actively going through the most tumultuous emotional period of our lives, and adults are not helping because they're looking down on you, going, "Well, yeah, you see what I've been talking about? Teenagers, this next generation, am I right?" And they have somehow forgotten what it was like in that space, in that time. Or, I don't know, magically they had a great time during that period of their lives. And to the people that managed that, good job! Good job for you. I'm gonna beg you to also be patient with us who had a shit-tastic time trying to get past our emotional developmental phase. It's crap and it can suck a lot, but that's why I call it fucking darkness, because it's not exactly the funnest thing to look at. And so, just overarching, what I want to go ahead and bring us down to is this. Anything that you're feeling inside yourself right now, everyone has it. It's there. And it's one of the greatest equalizers. It's one of the greatest things that makes us all able to relate to one another. Because if you have experienced your darkness, and you have gotten a grasp on your darkness, it is a million times easier and more powerful to be able to see someone else's and go, it's okay. It's okay for them to be experiencing their darkness right now. It's okay for them to be challenged right now. And it's okay for me to help them fight their fight. It's not my fight, but I'm prepared to be patient with and for them. Because I deserved it, and they deserve it. So please remember, everybody, we're in this together. I'm Insipid. It's been great. I look forward to seeing you next time.